In a quiet little village, nestled between green hills, lived a cheerful 3-year-old boy named Aarav. He stayed with his grandfather and grandmother in a house surrounded by fields and trees. Life there was simple, but to Aarav, it was full of wonder. Every morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, Aarav would spring out of bed and rush outside. His little feet pattered across the dewy grass to the animal shed, where goats bleated and hens clucked, greeting him like old friends. With a giggle, he'd help his grandfather scatter grains for the hens, then carefully reach into the nesting boxes to collect warm, fresh eggs. The goats were his favorite. He'd tug at tufts of fresh grass, his tiny hands barely able to carry them, but he'd proudly offer it to the goats, who nuzzled him affectionately. He'd talk to them in a mix of words and laughter, believing they understood every word. Though small, Aarav's heart was big. To him, these animals weren't just creatures. They were family. His days were filled with their gentle company, their warmth, and their playful antics. In that little village, surrounded by love and simple joys, Aarav's world was pure magic. In a quiet little village, as the first light of the morning touched the earth, a cheerful 3-year-old boy stepped out of his cozy mud house, ready for a brand new day. With black hair bouncing and bright green eyes full of wonder, he dashed through the soft grass toward his favorite friends, the animals waiting just ahead. The goats bleated and the hens clucked in welcome. He stood among them like one of their own, giggling as he gave them gentle pats. Every morning, he helped his grandfather feed the hens, scattering grain, with tiny hands that loved every bit of the work. He peeked into the hen house and reached in carefully, his face lighting up as he pulled out a warm, freshly laid egg. Though the bundle of grass was almost bigger than him, he carried it proudly to the goats, a big smile spreading across his face. One of the goats leaned in and nuzzled him softly. He laughed out loud. This was love, plain and simple. He sat in the grass, cross-legged and calm, whispering secrets to a hen like they were the best of friends. Hand in hand with his grandfather, they walked across the fields, their bond as warm as the morning sun above them. A baby goat hopped and skipped around him, and the boy laughed so hard he fell backward into the soft grass. At the end of a joyful day, he curled up in his grandmother's lap, safe and happy, as the animals settled nearby for the night. As the sun dipped low and painted the sky in gold, he sat quietly among his animal friends, his heart full, his world complete.